get a drum as a toy for Christmas. Was one of the greatest innovators. The note and the right. There's a whole yard full of fans.
Hey guys, welcome to this episode. Hope you enjoy it. We haven't been to the boat for a little while. Auckland, our biggest city, which is in this little isthmus, went down into lockdown because of COVID. We couldn't get to Nikau, but we're here now. Got some jobs to do.
Unfortunately, we do. If you have ever owned a boat or you want to own a boat, you will quickly find out that there is a lot of maintenance needed, especially if you want to travel offshore, which we're hoping to do this year. And especially if you're a New Zealander, because then you have to do this magical thing called a Category 1, Cat 1 safety certificate.
Which is kind of good in a way. It forces you to tick all of the boxes, all of the little safety things. There are definitely some things that were on Category 1 that we didn't have sorted. And so it's a good exercise, it's a helpful exercise. If we did it again though, if we had to register our boat,
I don't think we'd register in New Zealand just because it's a lot of money and very time consuming ticking all these boxes to get this Category 1 safety certificate. I mean, like Josh says, it's good stuff, but like we've already sailed around the world for 3 years, so and we're all right.
Yeah, my advice would be register your boat in a country that you don't plan on staying in very long.
Or going to
Delaware or Antigua or it's quite cool. Jazz is a Dutch citizen as well. She's got dual citizenship, and we won't be sailing to Holland, so we could register our boat there. But we're not going to get into all of the tax implications of owning a boat. But on this episode, we're in the Bay of Islands. We're in Opua. We're just woken up and we're exhausted from a big long drive up here. We'll hit some beautiful bay, hit a whole lot of boat jobs, got the kids on board. They're going to be doing some boat jobs, going to get the crew working.
Really early. We love them. It's the best morning tea snack. Just making them hot.
Just rounding the point now. This is sort of Russell Point in behind me. I don't actually know what it's called. I just call it that. And it's essentially the point that rounds the corner to the playground of the Bay of Islands, all of the fun. Everything behind me is kind of like dirty, not so good. Everything in front, love it. So
and can I
much
say something?
fun. Bella wants to say something.
What's also interesting is like just behind there, it's like kind of cloudy, but as you can see, the further we go this way, the more sunny it gets. Like the sun's like on my face, which is nice.
In fact, the Māori word for New Zealand is Aotearoa, which means land of the long white cloud. And so often when you get out from the mainland, that cloud disappears, you get a little bit more sun, which is fantastic. Got some working birds up straight ahead, and I brought the smoker. I dusted off my old smoker that I had at home, gave it a good clean up, and because some of you guys said those kahawais are pretty good smoked, and so I've done that before obviously, but thought I should do that. And so let's see if we can catch a kahawai. Jazz is having a chat to Naomi. Naomi's telling me that I need to sort out one of our toilets. It's been blocked for ages and I can't be bothered.
I was just saying we've all probably taken a really large poo in there at some point. We all think it might be us that blocked it.
And that is why I don't want to unblock that
It has
toilet.
to happen. It has to happen. I want to use my toilet again.
It's
Without
horrible.
fear.
It's the curse of boating toilets. Should we really miss our oldest daughter? She's at university. Let's catch some fish. They are going for it.
They're just swimming.
Look at them. See the fish?
Oh no, they're just having a swim.
No fish. David was right. They certainly weren't biting.
This is Urupukapuka Island.
Yeah.
And the top of it has got some really nice bays, particularly in very calm, settled weather like we have right now.
And we're going to Paradise Cove, is it?
Maybe, or maybe this one up here.
Yeah.
Might be nicer. Don't know the name. Gonna put down the anchor, buddy.
Yeah, put it on some rocks, just some nice rocks here. Have to dive down and just get it off. I'm gonna try kill a couple crayfish down there as well.
Don't do it now.
Yes, now is the time.
It's super clear. What do you think of this bay?
I think it's horrible water quality in my opinion. It's very like murky and horrible quality.
It's white sandy beach with turquoise waters. It's not even sunny and we can see the bottom. What are you on about? 4 times. 4 times 4? Wait, don't. That's 10. So count another 6 now. 1 and
Does it have markers?
keep going. Stop. So you just got to count as about a second for each metre. And 4 times 4 is 16. So you saw the 10 metre and then you count 6 afterwards. Now Dad's digging it in. Is it digging in or is it jumping? Is it holding? Yeah, it looks like we're holding. We're not moving.
Well, only 3.7 metres here. We're on a low tide, so that's all good. Kids making a little bit of lunch. Tools are coming out. Got to put new tapware on. Alright. Oh.
Much better at cutting than me.
Let's do this. Nice spot for a bit of lunch before some work.
Yeah, I'd just like to say something to Naomi. I think that this actually
Who's Naomi for our viewers?
It's my sister. She used to be on the boat, and now that she's gone, no one has to sit there, so it's really nice.
Oh, is
Like,
it Naomi's size spot right
Yeah,
here?
really nice.
Yeah.
I was just saying that there's probably more pros than cons about her leaving.
So mean.
That's really mean. Now
We
she's
love you, Naomi. We miss you so much.
it's really mean, and it's
really
not
nice
true.
having that
I get a lot less cuddles
Not true.
without Naomi.
Those ones in there like that. All 3 of them. Boop. 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 With the sound effects.
Greasing up. So David's cleaned all these parts with the old grease with the degreaser. Now we're
putting more grease on.
putting new grease on.
So guys,
Took off some grease, put on some grease.
I need to get
Seems kinda
back to
pointless
it.
me.
Grease on, grease off.
I need to get back to it. So
No, grease off, grease on. We have no idea what we're doing, me and David, really. Putting it back together.
that one's gonna go in there. So that goes like it's just cogs basically. So that one's on the bottom.
How did you figure out how to do all this? Or even that you had to do this? How did you know?
YouTube, of course.
Good old YouTube.
Goodness. A silly question.
But like, how did you even know that this had to be done?
Well, because they stopped turning very easily. And I was like, why? Because they need to get serviced. I think a rigger told us, maybe.
How often do we do this?
You should do this like Look, you know, some people are going to tell you to do it every couple of months. I do it about every 6 months to a year or something like that. But I'm a bit lazy.
It's actually quite time consuming and fiddly.
Yeah.
Davey thinks it's fun. I think it's annoying.
So
You think it's fun, eh?
It's like kind of like Lego, just a whole little.
So you get that pin. See the pin? Guys, I'm trying to teach you what to do here.
Just too busy.
Just filming
I'm greasing.
and greasing.
The sun's come out. Maybe we should have a swim.
That sits on the bottom, guys. Look, that there. Just don't drop anything overboard, because these parts cost a fortune. Now I'm going to end up dropping something overboard.
And it will be on YouTube. How not to service your winch.
Well, at least I would have caught it on camera. So that there gets in there, and so see that little plastic bit, that unruly plastic bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just get in there, something like that. Line it up, and then hold those so they don't fall in the ocean. Don't let go of your pin. Into a pot. Throw everything precious into a pot. And then all of that comes out. Once again, you got that little bit of plastic on the bottom. So clean all of those. Hey dudes, if you're doing this, do one cog at a time, because these parts, if they get all mixed up,
Confusing.
you'll be watching YouTube videos of how to put it back together.
Like you the first time.
Yeah.
It took days.
No, not days, like about half a day.
There was a lot of frustrated sighing.
Yeah. Down here we've got the new tap that's gone in, and the problem is that my ends, these are the old ones and these are the new ones, and so essentially what goes on is this end's too small, and so I need a little attachment that's going to go on there. That little puppy goes onto our water feed. That goes onto the new tap. Never easy. Obviously never have the parts that you need on a boat, so now we've got to go get some parts.
The trickiest part.
Not real tricky, but you can break the spring and it can ping off into the ocean. So there's a tiny little spring in there. And essentially this is what makes the winch go one way and then not go another way. So yeah, did you see that? Hold it in, get your fingernail underneath, slide it up,
What if you don't have
and then hold that spring. I don't really have fingernails, and just make sure that spring doesn't pop away, and give that a real good clean. Get all of that crap off with some degreaser. Where's
doing some schoolwork for school?
is it actually schoolwork, or are you just trying to get out of jobs?
No, actually,
Crafty
it's actually
fella.
schoolwork.
Okay, cool, good one. You've just like put a pattern in, right? Do you wanna for some competition?
Oh yeah, yeah. Put a pattern in for competition.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it.
See if you win. And what are you gonna do? Print onto make some
Print
bikinis.
onto like tog material so I can make bikinis, because that's pretty much what I live on.
You live on bikinis. You just
Exactly.
eat those puppies up.
Pretty much.
Yep.
She says it's for school, but I feel like it's just doing art.
You're feeling ripped off that Bella's not helping you with this winch
Yeah.
project. She's doing art for school.
Not really. I don't reckon it counts.
You think it's for fun.
Yeah. I think she's just doing art.
She's cheating. This doesn't look like schoolwork. Is it schoolwork?
What? Yeah. Obviously. Seriously, it's task D.
Task D. Okay.
I just dropped something in the water that I really needed.
You left something on the edge. Little PVC pipe for the dam boy.
Plastic in the water too. And plastic's supposed to float, right?
It did not float. It went straight to the bottom.
Oh, New Zealand's getting a bit cold
You
now.
need a mask.
What?
Don't you need a mask?
Oh, it's white. Should be able to see it.
I would wear a mask. You get it?
Got it. Now I'll show you what I'm doing with this.
Don't lose it again.
This is going to be a holder for our dang boy.
Not dang, Dan.
Dang it.
No.
Dan.
Maybe it should be a dang boy. Because what do you use it for? Something goes.
It's called.
Someone goes
It's a
overboard.
light that floats in the ocean with a big flag, you know. So this is going to hold that. Another thing we need for category 1.
You just pour out more of that grease, babe.
Okay. Yep. We're going to tie these puppies on here.
That way down? Or that way?
Slight issue.
That one. This way.
So this is it here. This is the Dan boy. Obviously it doesn't have this little bit of rope on there. You throw this in the water, that flag is up in the air. This puppy floats, it's got a weight on it so it floats upright. Has a flashing beacon at night. Flag during the day, helps you find that person that goes overboard. And if I've done this good, it should just sit in here. Boom! So this will get attached to I was going to say life raft. It's called a
Life boy.
life buoy, is it? No,
Life
a
ring.
Life ring.
I
And
call it Jerry.
you throw them all over at the same time. Obviously when you go on passage, that flag's up in the air, screwed on, all ready to rock and roll. And when I'm just cruising around, this will get strapped to the front of the boat because
Ugly
it
as.
just looks super ugly, as Bella has said. How'd you go, honey?
Well, I think we're getting better.
Yeah.
I did forget to grease it before I put it back, so to take
She's
it all
already
apart.
trialled it, but do it again. Yes. Oh, careful, careful, careful.
Okay.
Slowly, slowly.
That's your fault for making
Put it on level.
blatant out.
Oh, that's nice. Well done, well done. Yep,
With
spinning.
this greasy
Good, mate.
thing.
Good. Yeah, show us your victory face. The sign of victory. I don't know, what was that? I mean, that's even worse. I mean, put that away. Bella's at it.
It's
Because
about
of
time.
David's nagging. Alright, on to the third one.
Yes, we've done 2.
I'm doing a little bit of a makeshift job with a little bit of wood. Making a little latch here. Lost the little plastic doodacky that closes that. And gas bottle needs to go in there. Tiny, stupid little gas bottle. Any cruiser has bigger ones, like at least kind of that sort of size. And I've got to get rid of that because that's not to regulations. Because it shouldn't actually be under there where it can't breathe. It's meant to have a locker where it's breathable, which is really super smart. But just practically, it just doesn't work. And so we just have to be very careful and have our gas under there. But as far as category 1 goes, I'm going to have to put a little gas canister on. And then maybe when I get to Fiji, something might change. Oh, that's tight. Look at that. Essentially, I used to do this. Oh, fishing rod. I used to do that. Now, I can stop being so lazy. Ugh. And I just got to get that a little bit better, but that's going to work, eh?
Great.
Yes.
That was my idea.
Well done, honey.
Josh didn't think it was going to work.
It's rather temporary because it's not even treated timber, but look, we've got some replacements for later on. It's not going to last long, but it certainly beats buying a whole other one of those suckers. Next little job is these springs on these little latches go all the time. Have a guess how much it costs for a new latch? Well, a special latch is all the way from Sweden, I think, $400. And so I just make little springs to go in there. Because, like, honestly, you think these things are small in and of themselves, but there are like so many of these things that go wrong with boats. You just gotta get good at like making do and fixing stuff yourself, really. Yeah! Oh, honestly, it feels so good. Normally, I can do this 3 or 4 times before I get that spring right. You saw how hoary that spring was looking. Hoary, Māori word for, what does it mean? It was real ugly, right?
I don't think that's a Māori
It worked! At least I think it's a Māori word. Is it Hawaiian? I don't know.
It's hoary, it's not Māori.
It sounds like a Māori word.
It is not. It
Yeah, I
comes
reckon.
from like a whore, and it's hoary.
Oh, you reckon hoary comes from a whore?
Yeah.
Oh, like whoring. Oh, it's not a Māori word at all.
No, it is.
I reckon it's a Māori word, like. Oh, you guys tell us, like. You Americans. Have you ever heard of the phrase, something is hoary? Hey guys, we don't have any music at all. It's a travesty